This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Friday, the 18th day of July, in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. The Guyana Elections Commission has approved the list of 6 political parties for the upcoming elections on the 1st of September. The list of candidates submitted to the Elections Commission by a Partnership for National Unity, the People's Progressive Party Civic, the Alliance for Change, We Invest in Nationhood, Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity, and the Forward Guyana Movement have all been approved by the 7-member Elections Commission. The Horizon and Star Party is the lone party that submitted a list, but it was not approved. GCOM officials said that list had multiple inefficiencies that were not corrected by the party. Shortly after exiting today's commission's meeting, Elections Commissioner Clement Rohi told reporters that now that the commission has given the stamp of approval, the parties will be formally notified.
So they are waiting on this commission meeting to approve, and on that basis they will dispatch the letters to all those parties whose lists have been approved.
And the Elections Commissioner says Gunraj told reporters that the Commission's approval was based on a report from the Election Secretariat.
6 of the 7 name lists that were presented were approved today. The singular list that was not approved was the Horizon and Star list presented by Mr. Maloney. There were, as reported to us by the Secretariat, several defects on that list. And I believe what was said to us, and I'm paraphrasing, it did not meet the various of requirements. That being said, the other 6 lists were, as presented, were approved.
4 of the 6 parties will be contesting the elections in all 10 administrative regions. The Forward Guyana Movement will be contesting in 7 regions, while the Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity will be contesting in 6 regions. Commissioner Gunraj explained that now that the lists have been approved, the Election Secretariat will initiate the process of printing the ballots, statements of poll, and other electoral material in preparation for the polls.
The approval of the list, among other things, informs what parties appear on the ballots. Of course, you are well aware that ballots are prepared outside of Ghana, and that there is a time burden associated with that. As a consequence, the approval and of the list and the disapproval in that singular case means that we now have an idea of what parties appear on the ballots, etc.
And it was also explained that the approval paves the way for parties to form jointer lists if they so desire. Meanwhile, Elections Commissioner Vincent Alexander indicated that as the Commission prepares for the elections in September, there are still several outstanding issues that must be addressed.
We have got some outstanding matters.
Like what?
Right? We have never really concluded on the question of the incarcerated, the question of the overseas ballots, how that will be counted is still to be concluded. The question of how we deal with the local dead who are not submitted by the Registrar of Births and Deaths is still to be dealt with. The question of flagging names of overseas Guyanese on the voters list is still to be dealt with.
GCOM is expected to meet again next week as it continues to hammer out a number of election-related matters. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Come on. so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Let's jam! Pan Jam is back. Pan Jazz Concerts present Pan Jam in the Village on Saturday, July 26th at Park Rain from 7 p.m. Come out and witness Steel Pan Magic with the live performances by Duke Ross, Guinness record holder Joshua Robello out of Trinidad, Calvin Burnett, Nikita, Roy Stewart, Jesse Schultz, Ray Sparman, Clayton Daniels, Amjad Ali, and many more. Enjoy the Parkside Steel Orchestra and the Palm Groove Steel Orchestra as they clash and bring the vibes. General tickets are $8,500 and $30,000 for VIP and are available at all Massey stores nationwide and IBGL, Carmichael Street. Don't forget, Pan Jam, Saturday, July 26th at Park Rain. This event is sponsored by Absolute Vodka, Massey Distribution, Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, IBGL, Guyana Tourism Authority, Experiences, Potsalt Events, and Gabriella's PR Consultancy.
It's time to renew the mission, to stay the course. The People's Progressive Party Civic's journey to victory continues. All roads lead to Albion Estates Road, East Berbice Tarrantine. Sunday, July 20th, starting from 3 p.m. Be there to hear from President Dr. Irfan Ali, TPP General Secretary Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagnio, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, and others. Guyana is on the rise with massive historic achievements in education, housing to healthcare, infrastructure to innovation. As the most trusted political party, we are transforming Guyana for all. Let us rally for the People's Progressive Party Civic's journey to victory. Sunday, July 20th at the Albion Estate Road, East Berbice, Tarrantine. Starting from 3 p.m. Vote PPPC. Forward together for a better Guyana.
Friend, hi, give me a minute now. I want you to clear something up for me.
Okay. What is it, ma'am? And why you look so confused?
I hear all this talk about elections and voting, but I really don't understand how this could affect me.
All right, it's like this. Once you were registered by GCOM and you were 18 years or older by June 30th, 2025, you are entitled to vote, provided that you are listed in the official list of electors.
Well, I registered and I'm over 18, but how I would know if my name is on the official list of electors?
That's very easy. GCOM is displaying the official list of electors at two popular places in the community where you live. Just go there and check the list. Or you can go to GCOM's website and use the search tool.
Oh, what? Thanks. I'm going and doing it now. Yeah. My name on the list. I definitely voting at elections.
Nice.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-027729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Let's tell you now that ahead of unveiling its 2025 election manifesto, the Alliance for Change today said within the first 100 days of an AFC government, it would implement a menu of measures to cushion the impact of the high cost of living. Providing insight into the AFC's 100-day plan, party candidate Jaipal Sharma said those sweeping measures include the issuance of a $100,000 cash grant to citizens.
We can't right all the wrongs of the PPP for the 5 years, but we're going to attempt to do it within that 100 days. And that 100-day plan that we put forward consists of a lot of measures for our senior citizens, persons living with disability, and also every single citizen of Guyana, 18 years and above. And I'm speaking about a cash grant, and the cash grant that we will be paying will be $100,000 for every citizen.
With a background in finance, Mr. Sharma has been tasked with putting together the AFC's 2026 budget and its 100-day plan. He said the plan also includes the issuance of other grants and financial measures, including 2-month tax-free bonus for the country's servicemen and women, as well as the construction of core homes for the less fortunate.
We indicated that we will be paying $150,000 for senior citizens and persons living with disability. So this includes, of course, any person that is on the public assistance program that is presently in the system. So definitely we're giving our senior citizen and person receiving public assistance more money. This will be a feature going forward with every cash grant where we will treat them differently. And in addition to that, we also want to promote 200 core homes for persons that live presently in dilapidated buildings that in need of serious repair, buildings that should have been torn down.
The 100-day plan also includes the upgrade of 200 community roads, a $300,000 grant for mothers of newborn babies, and a $500,000 grant to assist families with the burial of their loved ones. As he unveiled the party's ambitious plans, Sharma told reporters that it will be financed using money that he suspects is being lost to corruption.
So the PPP produced a budget of 1.382 trillion plus. In addition to that, they went and asked for over about 60-something billion supplementary. You just heard my former colleague minister mention about just a little bit of the corrupt practices of the PPP. That financing of those things that I mentioned here, we could do that same budget, that same 1.382 trillion budget, but I'm telling you, about 300 billion of that is corruption. So that 300 billion will go to all those programs and many more that we will be discussing in 100 days.
And the chairman of the Alliance for Change, David Patterson, said the party will not halt support programs started under the current government, but will build on those initiatives to ensure Guyanese benefit even more through an efficient system. He assured that the AFC's plans for the country will be disclosed when it unveils its manifesto in full. Already the party has been providing snippets for the health, education, and public infrastructure sectors. Well, the presidential candidate for the APNU and leader of the People's National Congress Reform, Aubrey Norton, today frowned upon suggestions that a newly formed We Invest in Nationhood party poses a threat to the APNU and its support base. At a press conference this morning, Mr. Norton said while he notes and welcomes businessman Azruddin Mohammed to the electoral process, he does not believe that Mohammed's party can dent or cause any damage to the APNU's base. Norton said he is firm that the APNU's support base will continue to support the APNU, noting that Guyanese usually vote for a party and not an individual.
And from the evidence that is available, a lot of people there went there for the money. You must go back to the local government election where the PPP felt they had all of this support in Georgetown and Linden. And then what happened is that the people collected their money and then they voted APNU. We think the same will happen.
Mr. Mohammed and his Win Party candidates have been crisscrossing the country in a push to convince Guyanese to vote for them. The party seems to be attracting a number of persons from Region 10, which is a stronghold of the APNU. But Mr. Norton said there is no need for alarm or concern.
We are not worried about that. We know to do our political work, and we will do our political work.
Meanwhile, executive member of the PNC Reform and APNU candidate Ganesh Mahipal said the party has examined the win list and found most of the candidates are from constituencies that are normally won by the PPP Civic. In Region 10, for example, he said the area where the PPP Civic got most of its support from in 2020, most of those persons are now backing the Win Party. Like Norton, he also believes the APNU has nothing to worry about.
So we're not worried about him. What I wanted to say to the Guyanese people that I have said on a Facebook post is that we have seen how these parties, these small parties, these Johnny Now Come Lately parties operate. And oftentimes they fool the electorate and they demonstrate some degree of independence, and they demonstrate some degree of care and concern as though they're a fresh breath of air. And records will show that every one of them, well, virtually every one of them, have in their aftermath of securing votes from people under the disguise of being independent, end up being in bed with the People's Progressive Party.
As we reported earlier, the Guyana Elections Commission has approved the list for 6 parties to contest the upcoming elections. The Chevron oil company has been given the all clear by an international tribunal to move ahead with its $53 billion acquisition of the Hess shares in the Stabroek block, making it the new third partner in the lucrative oil operations in the Guyana. A Reuters report this morning stated that the CEO of the company, Mike Wirth, is hoping to see a turnaround of his company's fortune, as the Stabroek block operations offshore Guyana holds more than 11 billion barrels of oil and is considered one of the most lucrative and fastest growing in the world. The other 2 partners in the Stabroek block operations, ExxonMobil and China's CNOOC, filed the arbitration dispute as they wanted first shot at the purchase of the Hess stake. In a statement this morning, Exxon expressed disappointment with the ruling. The company said it disagreed with the panel's interpretation, but respect the arbitration and dispute resolution process. The company said ExxonMobil and CNOOC are aligned that they had a duty to ensure contract terms are always adhered to and not set a bad precedent for themselves and the industry. According to Exxon, given the significant value that they have created in the development of the Guyana resource, they believe that they had a clear duty to their investors to consider their preemption rights to protect the value they created through their innovation and work at a time when no one knew just how successful the venture would become.
Yo, Ricky, I hear that you can't cheat at elections, boy.
Yeah, boy, you can't cheat at elections, and if you try to cheat, you will be caught. When you are caught, you will be prosecuted in court, and if found guilty, you will go to jail and pay a big fine.
How will it catch me if I try to cheat?
GCOM has put in place several measures to identify persons who would attempt to cheat. As an ordinary voter, the measures that apply to you are ensuring that you cannot impersonate another voter, checking your fingers for the presence of indelible ink, and being scrutinized by the party agents who are stationed at the polling stations.
Well, yes, Ricky, you're right, boy. Nobody can cheat.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02779 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Radhika, unhand me. Radhika, you touch me on appropriation, you know, Radhika.
Nothing to laugh about 16. July 26th and 27th at the National Cultural Center.
Me no want go Barbados because Barrett said it's not a flex.
Tickets are $2,000, $3,000, and $5,000.
Just a sexual harassment. Radhika, lose me.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
New York City, summer is about to get hot. Saturday, August 2nd, SR Hamilton LLC presents Gospel Infusion. Featuring Samuel Menace, Psycho, Eddie Neblett, Sean Daniels out of Trinidad, Christelle Brandt, Sherilyn Maloney, DJ Kesta D,
Timothy Roberts,
and many more at the South Jamaica Multi-Service Center, 11402 Guy R. Brewer Boulevard, Queens, New York. Gates open at 4 p.m. Showtime 5 p.m. Get your super early bird tickets for only $50. General admission $70. Pay more at the gate, and limited VIP $100 all inclusive. Come and experience the outpouring of God's grace Saturday, August 2nd. For more information, visit Gospel Infusion on Facebook and Instagram.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Starbrook Market.
Election offences are actions that have been made illegal by law with a view to ensure that the elections are free, fair and transparent. Some election offences are voting more than once in the same election, voting or attempting to vote if you are not qualified to do so, voting in the name of another person, canvassing for voters or interfering with an elector within 200 yards of a polling station, removing or defacing a lawfully displayed official electoral notice or election materials, deliberately obstructing or interfering with the work of an election officer. Any person found guilty of an election offence may be fined and imprisoned. For some offences, a person may be disqualified from voting in future elections. Do not commit election offences. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02779 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Worried that Guyanese workers could be placed on the breadline, opposition member and APNU candidate Ganesh Mahipol today called on the government to halt all plans to have the Guyana Power and Light Company and Dominican Republic Company Interenergy sign a public-private partnership agreement. He wants the proposed agreement to be made public in its entirety and to be publicly scrutinized. The agreement has been shrouded in secrecy. At the press conference today, Mahipol said a draft copy of the proposed agreement dated the 26th of June suggests that there could be severe implications for hundreds of persons who are currently working with GPL.
The agreement appears structured in a way that could see hundreds of GPL and PPDI employees being placed on the breadline, with severance and restructuring costs unfairly shifted onto Guyanese taxpayers. This is corrupt, unacceptable, and unjust.
And lashing out at the government over its failure to consult with citizens on the proposed agreement, Mr. Mahipol submitted that a high level of secrecy surrounding the agreement, which has not received parliamentary scrutiny, undermines democratic governance and public accountability.
Interenergy Group, based on its prior record of accomplishment, has had significant operational issues, notably a reported 300% increase in power outages under its watch in Jamaica and serious allegations of fraud previously directed against its chairman. It is alarming that such a company would be granted broad control over Guyana's critical national energy infrastructure, particularly procurement and contractor selection.
Mahipol said given the concerns raised, the proposed agreement must undergo a transparent and independent technical and financial assessment and be thoroughly scrutinized before it is signed off. The Dominican Republic company had submitted a proposal back in 2024 to end power outages in Guyana by upgrading and transforming the country's power distribution system. But Mahipol said under an APNU-led government, the challenges confronting GPL will be addressed head-on, and workers would benefit from better salaries and working conditions. According to him, the gas-to-energy project will be completed and effectively managed to bring down operational costs, thereby reducing the cost of power under an APNU government. Police in Linden are investigating the gunning down of a 30-year-old taxi driver in the community of Victory Valley at Wisma in Linden. The dead man has been identified as Ron Clark of Kitty Georgetown and Wisrock Housing Scheme in Linden. His lifeless body was found last evening in a drain with more than 10 gunshot wounds. According to a police statement, the body was discovered by a teenager who raised an alarm and called out residents in the area. Clark was taken to the Linden Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigators are hoping that persons will come forward with information about the murder. The police statement said an examination of the man's body revealed that he sustained 5 gunshot wounds to the right arm, 2 to the groin, 1 to the right side of his hip, and 6 gunshot wounds to his right thigh. A warhead was also found in his brief. The police said the scene was also processed by the crime scene ranks, and several spent shells and blood-stained slippers were collected. Several persons were questioned in the area as the investigations continue tonight. Popular social media star and political activist Bradley Sampson, commonly known as Doggy, was today placed on $270,000 bail after he was slapped with 6 charges related to an incident that took place earlier this week at the Square of the Revolution. At the Georgia Magistrates Court today, Doggy appeared before Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty, where the 6 charges were read to him. He was charged with possession of a firearm without a license, unlawful carrying of arms in public, unlawful wounding, threatening behavior, disorderly behavior, and use of obscene language. In the presence of his attorney Jevon Cox, Sampson pleaded not guilty to all of those charges, and he was released on $270,000 bail. The matter will come up again on the 15th of August. In a statement on Thursday, the police said the victim, a resident of Magdoum on the east bank of the Marara, was beaten and assaulted by Sampson after she inquired about her full payment for performing certain tasks on nomination day for the We Invest in Nationhood party. According to the police, the woman claimed that she was promised $50,000, but instead received $10,000 from Sampson, leading to an argument and the alleged assault. The incident was captured on camera. Yesterday, the presidential candidate of the Win Party, Azruddin Mohammed, was questioned by the police on accusations that he attempted to pervert the course of justice by offering to pay the woman to settle the matter. However, he denied the allegations, and the police could not make contact with the woman for a confrontation.
Miss Shirley, help me out now, please. Why everyone telling me I must exercise my right to vote? Me ain't got time for that. Why must I vote?
Why must you vote? That is your constitutional right and civic duty, my child. Besides, think about this. Government officials make decisions that affect the well-being of you, your family, and community. By voting for a party of your choice, you will be electing the people who will be making these very important decisions. If you don't vote, then you will allow the people who vote to choose government officials without your input. Those others may not share your views about issues that matter to you.
Wait. Is so much voting means to me? And I done playing the fool? I definitely gonna vote on election day.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02779 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Radhika, unhand me. Radhika, you touch me unappropriately, you know, Radhika.
Nothing to laugh about 16. July 26 and 27 at the National Cultural Center.
Me no want go Barbados because Barrett said it's not a flex.
Tickets are $2,000, $3,000, and $5,000.
Just a sexual harassment. Radhika, loose me.
Turbo with a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
The Edge series comes alive this July in Guyana. 3 sporting disciplines, 3x3 basketball, table tennis, and criterium racing. Teams from across regions compete for a total prize pool of over $2.5 million and the title of champion. The Edge series. Are you on the edge?
And I'ma do it again. Watch me.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. Trinidad and Tobago is now under a state of emergency following a proclamation by President Christine Carla Kangaloo in response to a widespread and coordinated national security threat, according to Trinidad Guardian. In a statement issued Thursday, the president said she was satisfied that a public emergency had arisen, citing recent developments that can endanger public safety. The state of emergency took immediate effect nationwide. The move came after a formal recommendation from Police Commissioner based on intelligence pointing to the existence of a sophisticated criminal network operating from inside the prison system. According to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the network uses smuggled mobile phones to facilitate encrypted communications between inmates and outside operatives. It is allegedly behind a series of planned attacks targeting senior police, members of the judiciary, the DPP's office, and prison officials. Brazil's federal police searched former President Jair Bolsonaro's house and political headquarters today, adding to legal pressure that U.S. President Donald Trump has tried to end by threatening a steep tariff on Brazilian goods. According to Reuters, local media reported that Bolsonaro had been ordered to wear an ankle bracelet, stop using social media, and cease communications with his son Eduardo, a Brazilian lawmaker who has been lobbying in Washington to help his father. Bolsonaro's press office reported the searches but gave no further details. Police, in a statement, said they had issued search warrants ordered by the country's Supreme Court, but did not name Bolsonaro, who governed Latin America's largest country from 2019 to 2022. Trump has pressed Brazil to stop a legal case against Bolsonaro, saying that his former ally was the victim of witch hunt. Bolsonaro, who was friendly with Trump when they were both in office, is on trial before Brazil's Supreme Court on charges of plotting a coup to stop President Luiz Lula da Silva from taking office in January 2023. Trump, who last week said he would impose a 50% tariff on Brazilian goods, posted on Truth social media on Thursday a letter he had sent to Bolsonaro. And finally tonight, international news. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called Pope Leo on Friday, the Vatican said, a day after an Israeli strike on Gaza's sole Catholic church killed 3 people and injured several more. During the call, the Pope renewed his appeal for a ceasefire and an end to the war in Gaza, and expressed his concern over the dramatic humanitarian situation in the Palestinian enclave, a Vatican statement said. Leo also stressed the urgent need to protect places of worship, the faithful, and all people in the Palestinian territories and Israel, the statement added. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you an enjoyable weekend.